machines must be here somewhere. Wait.
They're coming.
Is that a...
Hi, we're back. This is Matt.
This is Katie, and this is Movies and Mischief with Matt-n-Katy. And we just watched the delightful The Mitchells versus the Machines on Netflix. This was a movie done by the same studio that did the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Which was also great.
Which was really good. And I gotta tell you, they did it again. This was really, really good.
It was a lot of fun.
What'd you think?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. The story was great. Voice acting was great, with one exception. And it wasn't that the voice acting was bad. It's just that it was a weird choice for me. That animation in it was cool. And there was, aside from they kind of mixed in actual memes that exist already with real people into the animation. But there were moments in the animation of just little tiny stuff. Like there's a point where Katie goes to put her hand in her hoodie pocket and kind of misses the pocket the first time and then gets it in there. And it's just a, I just thought that was so, I'm like, that's a thing that, who thinks to do that?
I like how she
cartoon?
had, the main
Her
character
little
had
writing.
little writing on her hands, and her fingernail polish looked like it was done with a marker, not like, it was really good. What voice didn't you? What was the voice acting you
The
didn't
voice
like?
of the younger brother, Aaron. Aaron is supposed to be, we assume, around 8 or 9. And it was a grown person doing the voice. And it was obviously a grown person doing a kid's voice, which bothers me when there are a billion little kids that could have done that.
Yeah, I guess.
But what he did wasn't at all bad. It's just, I just felt weird to me that you would pick a grown-up to do a kid's voice instead of a kid.
I thought this was really cool. I agree with you on the animation. I was a little concerned at first because in the Spider-Man movie, this animation has a very hand-drawn comic book look to it, which fit perfectly for the Spider-Man movie. So when this one started, I was a little concerned that it wouldn't quite fit, but it was just so well done.
It was great because you get the whole story through the daughters.
Yeah.
She wants to be a filmmaker. So you get everything that's happening is kind of what's happening in her brain is being superimposed on top of the actual action, which took me a minute to decide that I liked it.
Yeah.
So I was like, why is this happening? But yeah, it was
It
a
was
lot
really
of fun.
good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one too. I'll tell you, watch out Pixar, because if these people at Sony keep going the way they're going, because this is 2 in a row now from them that I really liked. This was really, I liked the story too. I really, really liked the look, not just the animation part, but every time you went to like the machines or the robots, it had this very 80s Tron kind of look to it, which I thought was great. And then on top of that, the score, which Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo did. So that was just perfect too. Whenever the robots were around, it had this very 80s electronic Trons coming to get you kind of sound.
And we enjoyed a toy from the 90s features in this in a perfect way.
Yeah.
A brilliant way.
Yeah. It was really good. And one thing I noticed as we were watching it, first of all, did you notice her socks at all throughout the film? Her socks were the same pattern as the carpet in The Shining.
Oh,
I don't know if
I didn't pick up on it at all. That's funny.
It was. I noticed it, and every time they had a shot where you could see her socks, I was like, "Oh my god, I wonder why they put that in." I kept trying to think of the connection between the story, but
no, it's focused on the ripped knee of her jeans, and after they fight, that she has a little bit of a skin knee. It was just little stuff like that.
There was little details, and the other thing that I loved about this, because this doesn't always work, the jokes were obvious, but they were just perfectly placed. And every time the joke came up, it still made us laugh. There's one running joke throughout the last half of the film that, even though it kept coming up, it wasn't.
It was hilarious every time.
We were still laughing.
Because it's funny by itself.
Yeah.
So hearing it again just makes you laugh again.
But even then, there's little spots where, in the wrong hands, they would just drop. They would just fall flat because you knew they were coming. But there was something about the writing of this one where even when the obvious jokes popped up, they made me laugh. I knew they were coming.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Or you're saying it along with them when you know it's coming.
Yeah.
It's funny.
This was really well done. It's on
a lot of fun.
Netflix, so anybody can watch it if you have a Netflix subscription. The voice cast is great. I'm not going to give it away because one of the things Katie and I like to do when we watch animation films is try and figure out if we can recognize the voice. One of them I had pegged from the beginning, and by the end of it, we were both pretty much wrong on everybody except the one obvious one.
Well, we knew Katie.
We knew Katie.
We knew the
father.
mother and the father.
See, the mother, it took me a while to pick it up.
No,
there was
I
something
knew the
towards
mother,
the end.
and part of it is because of the animation, the way the mother was drawn.
I can see that.
Kind of verified it. But the villain, we were wrong. We had two different guesses on the villain and kept going back and forth, and we were wrong.
And
completely.
then the henchman, we were off too.
There's two robots that show up that we thought was one person, and then something in my brain kept going, yeah, it's somebody from this TV show, and he wasn't on that, but
Wasn't them at all.
Yeah.
So anyways, Mitchell's
A lot of fun.
versus the Machines. This is a great
very much about our dependence on technology and some of the decisions that we have made regarding that technology and how much we've let it into our lives
and family
and how much it's become
and being weird.
yeah, but a lot about how much we've let it invade, instead of using it as a tool and let it take over some of that family.
Yeah.
And about, the differences in how people relate to things. A lot, there's a lot between the daughter and the dad about how they see the world, and she's trying to explain to him, this is how I see the world, and he's trying to make her see it the way he sees it. So it was... Yeah.
It was really good. Really well done.
It's a lot about be your freak yourself.
And it's a good movie, I think. But and it does what a lot of some animation films have a hard time with. It appeals to a younger audience, but it can also appeal to adults. You don't have to kind of dumb yourself down. Yeah. But at the same time, it doesn't talk down to the younger audience, I don't think so.
And it's probably fine for kids. I don't know about little kids, because there are some things that might be scary towards the end if you have a sensitive kid.
I'm not a good judge at that.
And I'm thinking, 6 or younger, probably there might be some things that might be scary if your kid hasn't quite made that switch between understanding reality versus.
But overall, this was really
great.
good. I really enjoyed this one. I would watch it again. So the Mitchells versus the Machines, streaming on Netflix.
A lot of fun.
Definitely worth a look. Other than that, we're going to let you guys go for now. We might be back a little bit later. So please click like, click subscribe.
Don't do that. Just click like and subscribe.
Comment. And let us know if there's anything out there in the streaming world that you would like us to watch. On that note, I will say goodbye. We gotta stop looking at ourselves. We gotta find a point. We keep looking at ourselves.
I'm looking at you.
I'm looking at you.
Egomaniac. Well, then that's okay, as long as you're not staring at each other.
All right, bye guys.